On November 15th, on the undercard of the Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn rematch, this man here gets his dream fight. At last, Sam Gilley will fight for the British title. Not only is it his dream title, he's fighting at Spurs, the team he supported since he's been 3 years old. Sam Gilley, you are buzzing, right?
Yes, mate, I am. That's giving me goosebumps, that, you saying that.
21 camps, mate. 11 years to the dream. Fantastic. At Spurs, British title.
I swear to God. He's trying to tell me something. I know what he's trying to tell
And
me.
now he's brought the dog in today.
Walked into his gym, was racking a bag. Comes steaming up to me. You boxed before? I've done a little bit. But yeah, I've done a little bit. But, and then literally, went, do you want to spar? I went, go on then. Got the better of him, should we say. And he's latched on since. But no, that's when he said that one quote I keep going over. He come up to me and went, listen, even if you give me your dedication, I'll give you everything you've wanted since you was 11 years old. That was the first time I met him. I was like, mate, like, I've been out of the game for ages, I ain't boxed for ages. I never won an amateur title, like, how are we going to, and he went, just trust me, give me your dedication and you'll see. I don't know how he's done it, but he's done it.
I believe, I'm a big believer in the universe, I'm a big believer in everything for a reason. And I think it's been made for this moment. Do you know what I mean? If I said to him, just hold on for another year, 2 years, but you're going to fight at Spurs. The only thing is, I'm Arsenal. That's the problem.
No, you're not. You're Tottenham till the 16th.
I will beat Tottenham for a British title, yeah? Now. Good again. Touch. Touch. Now. Good.
No, listen, all the stuff with Ricky and stuff like that, I'm not even scared to say it on camera. After that fight, my mum, she went, I want you to go to therapy. I've been going for like the past 10 weeks. And it has put me on another level.
I actually said it because obviously he's been through a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff outside the ring, and we all know in here it's been hard for him mentally, and it was just hard. It was hard to train him. It was hard to do anything at the time. Honestly, it was, and it was like it was a nightmare. He was coming in and we were arguing, and
he don't know what's going on in my head. He don't know what's going on at home. So he just thinks I'm coming in and being an arsehole, basically. Like, I'm pretty do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going, I don't even want to do this anymore. And I went to my last one yesterday, mate, honestly, best one I've ever done. So,
and I think once he started, it was a really funny, it was a really funny moment. We was doing pads. And we started round one, started on the pads, and I went to him, hello, where you been? Like, welcome back. Like, it was like I'd just got my old fighter back. Like, it was like, where have you been, mate? Like, just shows you, doesn't it? Mental health is so rife in the world today, but obviously due to Ricky Hatton, you see what's going on now. And it's these voids, or these, you have to speak to someone. Listen, Sam's addressed a lot recently, and it's the first time he's documented it, to be fair to you, which I'm pleased. But it's nice to be able to talk about it, and I think there's so many fighters that don't do it, Dev, you know what I mean? And look, it was affecting training, it was affecting everything, but now it's just so nice to have a clear thought process for him and a clear mind.
Listen, I've got to correct you. I've been a Spurs fan since I was born. There's a picture of me,
okay.
Spurs. My uncle used to get us all Spurs stuff like that literally from the second I was born. But the first time I went was my uncle took me when I was 3 years old. So it was the first time I went to White Hart Lane. We beat Newcastle, and I've not missed the season since I was 3 years old. So to be fighting there is beyond the dream.
You seem so well today. You seem in such a great place. Because the last time I saw you was actually the fight at Ipswich, and at the end of that, it was a draw. I think you was looking around the ring. It was raining. It was horrible. You come to the ring with a brolly. You were wet. It wasn't nice, right? How did this happen? Now you're here.
Do you know what? The weather that day summed up my mood at the time, literally, because it was like I was walking around with a grey cloud over me the whole time. And I've managed to get myself out of that now. I've sorted a few things out behind closed doors, and I've got myself in a really good place. And yeah, when Rod rang me, like Spencer Brown said, listen, he told Rod told me, and I still didn't believe it was real. Obviously, with all the pullouts from the previous geezer, I thought something's going to fall out of bed here, like something's going to happen. And then that poster come out, and I see my face on a Conor Benn Eubank poster, and I was just like, mate, this is actually going to happen. I'm like, oh my God, I want to fight at Spurs. And I had to go, I went over there for the last time on Wednesday, and it's just pure goosebumps every time I walk in there now. So yeah, I can't wait.
So what went wrong for your fight with Ipswich? Obviously, you were meant to be fighting. I know, but you were meant to be fighting Louis Green. It was meant to be for this British title, a title that you've been linked with for like, it feels like 20 years now, but actually like 2 years you're meant to be fighting for it. And then it turns out you're not co-main event. You're fighting at 5:30. It's horrible rain. Your family's up in the.
Yeah.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong, right?
I mean, listen, they sound like excuses. At the end of the day, they are. But it's just it was like one thing after the other. I wasn't at my normal. Like, look at the interviews beforehand. Normally, like I'm laughing, joking. I'm just happy-go-lucky. Nothing really bothers me. But after 2 years of just constant pull-outs, like training for Louis Green for 2 years and not fighting him again. It was just me and Rod were just floating through camp, just like, mate, this is this. And then we didn't know whether we was going to have a fight. Then we got chucked Gideon, and we thought, all right, well, then there was like, because we thought it'd be still 10 round or something like that. Like, or we actually thought they was going to give us a fight for the Commonwealth, and like they've done with the Jack McGann side. But obviously, then we got Gideon 8 rounds, and I was like, struggling to get up for this. But listen, stay professional, get us through it. But that say, like, I just couldn't mentally do. I just not on purpose. I wanted to perform, but. It was like someone let the air out of a balloon, and Rod just couldn't. Rod was going to be, come on. I'm like, mate, I want to be my normal sharp self, but something's just, the motivation just wasn't there, and I paid the price for it. But I said to you earlier that if you'd have said to me, I go through all that ag, and the last 2 years of the ups and downs, but at the end of it, you fight at Spurs for the British title, I'd have bit your hand off.
Because you could have won this belt at a little York Hall show. Sam Gilley's champion. This is great, headlining York Hall. But this is something so special.
Even that would have been a dream. I mean, the first time I boxed Louis, I still to this day believe it should have been for the British title. I was English champion. Louis was mandatory for the British. There wasn't another mandatory, so I should have been like granted to be the mandatory. But for some reason, they made Jack McGann a mandatory, and we didn't fight for it. And that would have been at York Hall. But everything happens for a reason, and now. I don't know how, but it's going to be at Spurs.
Are you allowing yourself to get excited because you've been let down so many times, right? And your excitement's probably been there before, and then suddenly the air comes out of the balloon. You letting yourself get buzzed about this?
Yeah, I can't not. I mean, I'm just like I'm eating salads with a smile on my face. I hate salad. I hate tuna. I hate avocado. I'm having it every day, and I'm eating it with joy. Like I'm enjoying every second of camp. I'm loving it because this is the dream. Do you know what I mean? This is beyond the dream for me. Like even when I went to the first Eubank Ben fight, I was there as a fan, and even then it didn't even enter my head to go, oh, I could fight him on. It didn't even, and I'm on the rematch. So hats off to Spencer Brown, Rod, Queensberry, because we're there.
We're there. Just got to get it done. Tell me about this British title then. This is a belt you've been dreaming about for a long, long time. I know when you first met Rod, there was a kind of a conversation there, like, I could make you a British champion. It means a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know where he got that from, because there was no evidence of me as an amateur that I was going to be any good. Listen, I was an all right amateur, but I never won a London's. I never won no titles. But when I walked in the gym and he said to me, if you give me your dedication, I'll give you everything you've wanted since you was 11 years old, and you will box for a British title. I looked at him like he was absolutely off his trolley. I was like, really? And I was like, what's giving you that impression? He was like, just trust me. And mate, here we are. So, but the difference is now, when I first started, it was Rod believing in me. Now, I believe in myself, and I believe in Rod, and I believe in us as a team that we can go and achieve this, because it's been since I was 11. So I first watched Ricky Hatton, Ray Oliveira. That got me hooked on boxing, and then the Costa Jew fight. And for Christmas, I got the. Do you remember the box sets? And every fighter's every fight along the way. So my mum and dad bought me that, and I watched the John Faxton fight, and I must have watched it about 30 times, like just on repeat. And I was like, I want to win that belt one day. And I got my phone, and I stuck the picture of that belt on my BlackBerry in school. And since then, I've just been obsessed with winning the British title.
Wow! So you are attracting it.
Massively. Well, for the last 2 years, I've been repelling it. But I mean, I'm trying to attract it.
Yeah, you've been trying. Fair play to you. You've been trying. Let's touch on Ricky Hatton a little bit there, because I know he was the guy. You've just explained it to me. He was the guy that you saw and you thought, oh, I'd love to be Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
I remember hearing you say actually you used to practice that left hook to the body, right?
Constantly. Like, my amateur coaches used to go mad at me because it's all I used to throw. Stand in the bag, and I'd be like, I was 11, 12, 13 years old. And you know, obviously Hatton used to hit the back, go, rah, rah. Like, I'd be standing in the bag just screaming, throwing a left hook to the body, trying to copy him. Like, but it ended up paying off, because my left hook to the body is one of my best shots now. So, but yeah, for years and years and years, just trying to copy what he done, and because he was, mate, I could relate to him as a person and as a fighter. Do you know what I mean? The way he just, like, he's just a local lad that likes normal things, but he's just good at boxing, and I feel like I'm the same. Obviously not on the level he was at, but I mean, I'm on my way.
Sad that you never got to meet him, right?
Oh,
that's like,
mate,
it feels
devastated.
like you'd have got on, like, for sure.
Yeah, would have loved to have met him. I've met Campbell. Campbell's a lovely lad, and I would have loved to have met him, but without even knowing me, he had such a big impact on my life.
Mm-hmm. I think that counts for a lot of people across.
He created a whole generation of fighters. Like, most of the lads my age would probably say they watched Ricky, and that's the reason they first walked into a boxing gym.
So Ishmael Davis,
Yeah.
you get on all right with him, right?
Yeah,
There's no like.
I
beef.
get on right with everyone.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, but it's a different sort of thing with Louis Green. I feel like because of what had happened, there would have been a built up kind of anger. You pulled out on me before with Ishmael. Like, I know you message each other and stuff.
Yeah. It's just business at the end of the day. We're both going for the same belt, so we've got to fight each other. It's just the way of the game. Like, mate, you can't not respect the bloke. He takes, no matter what the challenge is, he takes fights last minute. Like, takes hard fights. Like, with the camp, like, he don't care. He's always ready. He's ready to jump in. And you can't not respect a man like that.
What do you make of the losses? Because it was 3 in a row. I know he's had a run out. He's got himself, a win again. But what do you make of the losses? Josh Kelly, Boachuk, and Keeban Ajake.
3 lessons. 3 hard fights where he's going to learn a lot. So I can't sit there and go, oh, well, he's lost 3 times. Like that. Like, I took my loss and I learned from it massively, and look where I went on from there. So I've got to be prepared for the best version of Ishmael Davis, from things that we haven't seen him do in fights like that, because he's going to have learnt loads from each fight. Different
fighter to Louis Green, though, right?
Yeah. Still in front of you. Obviously, Ish switches, so he's very good in that aspect. Switches right in front of you as well. It's like most people will go for a walk and they'll switch. He switches as he's punching in between combinations. So that's something we've been looking at and working on. But yeah, he's right in front of you. I don't really go backwards, so it's going to be another one of them, isn't it?
I thought when the fight got made, I thought, who is going to take a backward step here? Because I know it ain't going to be Sam Gilley.
Not me.
You must be looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pleasure to be on such a big show. It's exciting to be boxing someone like Ish. I know we're going to get the best out of each other. It's not like I'm going to be chasing him around the ring looking for him, is it? So we're going to entertain the fans. We're going to entertain everyone at Queensberry, Matchroom, Turkey Al Sheikh. More importantly, we're going to be entertaining him. And we're going to entertain everyone at Tottenham Hotspur. So I can't wait.
What does it mean to fight at Spurs then?
It's beyond a dream. Like, I can't even say it's a dream, like I say, because I didn't even imagine it could happen. Like, I didn't sit there as a kid and go, I'm going to fight at Spurs one day, because stuff just didn't happen at Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? I still go over there every week, and it still don't feel real. But I had an interesting one, because I don't really do concerts and anything like that. But Post Malone was there, and my missus went, "Oh, do you want to go?" Mm-hmm. I'll come in. So, but she got standing ones, and I was like, "Oh, really? I really don't want to stand up in amongst everyone. I've like me space and seat. I don't want to be like sardines." Yeah. You know what I mean? But it was so handy, because I've been on the pitch and done an interview on like by the corner flag, but I've never been to the centre circle, obviously where the ring would be. So I said to her, as soon as I found out where I was standing, I was like, I want to go to the middle and just visualise what this is going to be like. And I stood there, and I literally went cold from the tip of my head to the tip of my toes. I was like, and I got shivers. And I just stood there, looked around. I must have looked like a lunatic, because I was just standing in the middle of this concert, just staring around at the stadium like that. But I'm so glad I didn't do that for the first time on Fight Night, because I think I might have cried my eyes out. Because it's from, obviously we're always looking down at them playing football, But looking the other way, the stadium is so special. It is so special. I might be a little bit biased, but it's the best stadium in the world.
Look, they put on good fights there.
Oh.
Have you visualised you actually holding the British title at the end of the night on the 15th?
Yeah, I've got an idea for a picture in my head. So I was going to keep it a secret, but I've got on the back of my ring walk jacket, Spurs have allowed me to have the logo. So I've got a massive Tottenham cockerel on the back, and as I'm walking back with the British, flip the British over my shoulder, and look up at the cockerel and get a picture from behind me. That's the picture I'm going to get when I'm going. That's going straight on my wall when I get home.
Giving me goosebumps. That.
Yeah.
That's quite. You can proper see it, can't you?
There's that one, and on the way out to the fight, so going out to win it and then coming home with it. So you've got to come and use Spurs over the tunnel. So with the belt, because my name goes over, like a printed football shirt, like arches over. So it arches, so it looks like a football shirt. Walk out, a picture from behind with that over the top, and then on the way back with the belt over the shoulder. Ooh. That's happening.
Look, how did you get to this point, Sam? Because you've been through a lot, right? And I know there's been points where you thought you was probably going to lose your flat. You weren't getting any fights. It was all just down here.
Yeah.
So you've had to overcome a lot to just be sitting here talking to me today about what's going to come up.
Yeah, I mean, it's from really when my nan died. I was in a really obviously I had the Jack McGann fight to sort of take my focus there, and after the McGann fight, I sort of was like, right, the fight's done, won that, and then I was like, oh, she's still not here. And then my mum and dad got divorced, and I really went in a really bad place, in a downward spiral. And obviously, listen, it ain't the best, and then obviously I had all the disappointments running up to the fight with Ipswich, and it showed in my personality, my performance. And listen, I ain't scared to say it. My mum I'm a 31-year-old man. My mum locked me in a car on the way. I was actually on the way to Tottenham. I was on the way to Tottenham. She dropped me to a train station, and she locked the door. What are you locking the door for? She went, I'm not letting you out this car until you talk to me. She went, you've lost your spark. You're not happy. She said, your smile ain't your real smile. You're not, like, you haven't got that same glow about you that you normally have. And obviously your mum knows their son better than anyone. And she went, have you got over Nan? I was like, no, not really. I was like, I can't really talk about her. And I can talk about her now. And she went, have you got over, like, obviously her and my dad splitting up, and there's a few things happened when I was a kid. I was like, no. She was like, listen, I've booked for you to go therapy. She went, and I'm not letting you out of this car until you agree to go. And I was like, kick-off's in 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I'll go. And honestly, it is the best thing I've ever done. Every Thursday for the whole camp, I've been going 5 o'clock. I go every single Thursday, and it is the best thing I've ever done, because it gives you techniques to deal with emotions. When you feel things coming up in your body, I've got things to deal with that. I've been able to speak about issues that have happened in my life with someone that doesn't know me, and they can give me just a plain, honest way to deal with that. And I've got my shine back, I've got my bounce back, and I can talk about my nan. I can sit about this, because I couldn't, like, I've done an interview on the sofa down there, and I just mentioned about my nan getting ill, and I couldn't even, when she was still here, I couldn't even speak about her then, because it just absolutely killed me that she was going to go. But she was so important to me. She was the best person ever, and I've always got her here with me. But yeah, my mum sees something that I was lacking, stepped in, 31 years old, right, again for her. I was like, okay. Sent me down there, and honestly, I can't thank my mum enough.
You could be 31, 41, 50.
Yeah, mate.
Your mum knows.
Your mum knows, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. We've mentioned Ricky Hatton. Listen, if you are in a bad place, if you are feeling down, go and speak to someone. It hasn't got to be someone, even if it's like, speak to someone close to you. If you don't want to speak to someone close to you, go and speak to a professional, because honestly, I've always been, I don't need to go and talk to no one. I'll be all right. But life got on top of me, and I didn't expect that to happen in my life, but it did. And without my mum, I probably wouldn't be in the shape I am now, mentally, physically, and I wouldn't be buzzing going into this fight. I'd probably still have that grey cloud walking over me. And she's managed to get rid of that grey cloud, bring my spark back, and it's probably down to my mum stepping in that I'm going to win a British title at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
So you take a lot into the ring with you on November 15th. Yeah. You take the memory of your nan, you take these conversations with your mum, everything that you've been through. It kind of builds up to this moment, right? It means so much.
Everything has just gone like this for this, whereas everything was sort of falling apart before, but this one just seems to have all like twined together and just works. And do you know what? Listen, we don't talk about losing and stuff like that, but where I've come from to get myself back to fighting at Tottenham, like, I'm just happy to be in such a happy headspace going into doing the sport, like, because I hated boxing a few months ago, hated it. And like I say, I'm eating salads with a smile on my face now, and I love boxing again. And that's only because my life's going well. So I can come in here and my life's going well. I'm happy at home. I'm happy in here. So you're going to get the best out of me. So I carry all that in, and it all pays off on that night.
What about the main event? How'd you see that going?
You're killing me. Listen, I've been sparring Conor for years, so I want Conor to win. But I've got to be honest. I do think Eubank will win. Like, if Conor, if you see this, I do want you to win. But it's just, I just think it's the whole. Eubank is obviously the bigger man. I think he's going to take Conor 100% seriously this time. Bomac coming in, I think Eubank actually respects Bomac, so he listens to him. So you actually get him following a game plan and training how he wants him to. Look at the Liam Smith rematch. I don't think he really respects many other people. So if they give him instructions, he won't really take that on board, and he won't do it. I think he beat Conor last time off his own back, taking him lightly. That 50% stuff, I genuinely do think Chris actually thought that.
Yeah.
And he said in an interview saying that I was surprised how much Conor can dig in. And it didn't surprise me, because obviously I've seen Conor do it in sparring a million times, and he's a proper fit lad. He's a strong kid, and yeah, Chris is going to take him 100% seriously this time. So if I had to put a bet on, I would be going Eubank again.
And for yourself, you get this win. What do you see as the broader picture? Where does this Sam Gilley story go? Because it can't just end at Spurs' British title, right?
I mean, listen, I could retire on the Sunday. I could sit there with that belt, like British Commonwealth, could sit there with a picture of me walking out the Spurs stadium with it over my shoulder, and I could retire a completely happy man. But after this, the childhood dream's achieved. Now it's time to achieve the adult dream. It's time to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. So after this, it's just about pound notes. Big titles, pound notes, get me on the biggest shows against the biggest fighters for as much money as possible. European, world title, whatever it comes.
These sound like good adult goals, Sam.
Yeah, well, they're just standard, aren't they, really?
These are good goals. All right, final one. Sam Gilley beats Ishmael Davis to become British champion on November 15th because...
I believe I'm a better fighter. I've got a better boxing IQ, and this is destiny.
Best of luck, mate.
Cheers.
Hope you get it.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Dev.